ATL. Ice out of 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 ATL.
What if going to the airport suddenly meant that you need to carry your document just in case immigration stops you? Well, right now in the US, that's exactly the warning being given, especially to Ghanaians.
If you are out of status, even if you have a pending application, please stay away from airport.
So a US-based immigration lawyer is advising people, including Ghanaians living in America, to carry proper documents anytime they go to the airport. Why? Because the Immigration and Customs Enforcement agents, known popularly as ICE, are now inside major airports.
Please err on the side of caution for the next couple of weeks until the shutdown is over. If you are undocumented, even if you have a pending application, please stay away from airport.
But what are they doing and why are they at the airport? In this video, we break down exactly what is happening, and all that you gotta do is to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video to a brother. Now let's get into the reason.
Guys, if you've enjoyed this video so far, please do me a huge favor and hit the like button and subscribe. These videos take quite a long time to make, so if you could help me out, I'll love you forever. Thank you all for your support. Now let's get back to this crazy story.
Ice out of ATL. 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 Hey TSA now. Hey TSA. Clear. Donald Trump, let's be clear. Immigrants are welcome here. Donald Trump, let's be clear. Donald Trump, let's be clear. Immigrants are welcome here. Immigrants are welcome here. Hey, our workers not no ICE. Hey, our workers not no.
So from Atlanta to Newark to New York Airport, ICE agents have been deployed to assist the Transportation Security Administration in the airport. And this is because the US government has been dealing with shortage of staff, travel delays, and pressure on airport security. So instead of hiring a new TSA staff, they decided to deploy the ICE to go and help.
ICE agents are now officially helping screen passengers here in Houston and at airports across the nation. And it couldn't come at a better time. If you can find it down there, the TSA line here at Houston's Bush Airport Terminal E starts on the first floor and then winds through upstairs at one point and goes outside. The Department of Homeland Security telling me that these ICE agents went through a standard TSA training and they're now working right alongside those TSA agents. They're working on their equipment, they're checking passenger IDs. But here's the thing, a former TSA administrator says it's great that they're getting help, right? But that could actually raise a security concern.
But the decision has created confusion, with protesters showing up, travelers questioning, and online the debate is exploding. Now officials say that they are not there for immigration enforcement, but because they are ICE, you know that is their oversight responsibility. And so when they suspect you not to be a US citizen, definitely they are going to ask for your documentation, and if you don't have them, then you are going to be in a mess. So immigration lawyer Benedicta Ajman is advising Africans, especially Ghanaians, who live in America and do not have proper documentation to, number one, avoid having to do anything at the airport. And even if you have documentation, you have been advised to, number one, inform your family where you are, and two, be prepared and keep all your documentation with you. If you have a US passport, always ensure you have it with you. If you have a green card too, make sure you have it with you. And every identification or any proof, anytime you plan of going around the airport, make sure you have this document with you.
As many of us know, there's a partial government shutdown. That means that some government workers like TSA are not being paid. Because of that, some of them have called out work. So if you've taken a plane recently, some of the TSA lines have been very long. President Trump will now have ICE at the airport. What does this mean for you? If you are out of status, even if you have a pending application, please stay away from airport. Please err on the side of caution for the next couple of weeks until the shutdown is over. If you are undocumented, even if you have a pending application, please stay away from airport.
Now, this is to help you navigate the process because if you are arrested and you are unable to prove yourself by showing your documentation and you are finally taken to their detention camp, it may get worse for you because by the time you even present your document, they may be able to dig a lot of information about you, which can spark a lot of controversy and might eventually get you into trouble. So to avoid all of this, always ensure that you have your documentation or your proof of residency in the country with you to prevent everything. Better still, if your immigration status has issues, then this might if your immigration status has got any issues, then this might not be the right time for you to go around the airport.
So I'm at JFK Airport, where today ICE agents were sent in to help with the long TSA lines because TSA workers aren't being paid, and this is what they're doing. Absolutely fucking nothing. While this TSA agent, God bless her, handles the entire line, they stand here doing nothing. More. Good job, guys. Good work. Literally, this woman is handling the entire TSA line, while 4 different ICE agents stand and watch her. We got some backup to do nothing. Break time, our day at work. I actually can relate to you guys in the sense that when I worked retail, I also walked around a lot while doing nothing to convince people that I was working. Well, at least I can sleep easy knowing that this airport finally has armed bathroom attendants. Snack time. Tough day on the job.
Now, why is this even happening? Why are the ICE deployed to the airport? So, there was a partial U.S. government shutdown affecting the Department of Homeland Security, the DHS, because Congress didn't pass a funding bill. And as a result, TSA workers have been working without pay for weeks. As a result, hundreds have quit and thousands have called out of work. Now, this has created massive hours-long lines winding outside of the airport. But unlike the TSA, ICE received separate long-term funding in the previous spending bill, and because they are getting paid, President Donald Trump ordered ICE agents to deploy to major airports, including Atlanta, Newark, and JFK, to help fill the gap.
Will we see ICE arresting illegal migrants?
Yeah, that's why the Democrats are going crazy, because they've allowed, by what they did and the holdup, we put ICE, who are a very high level. I mean, they really are a high-level group of people, and they love it because they're able to now arrest illegals as they come into the country. That's very fertile territory, but that's not why they're there. They're really there to...
Now, for their duty at the airport, for the most part, they are actually doing line management and guiding crowds, and in some cases, checking passengers' IDs to move people to the X-ray machines because they do not have specific training to operate the luggage scanners. However, ICE agents are federal law enforcement and always have the authority to arrest undocumented individuals if they have reasonable suspicion. And so, when the deployment started, President Donald Trump even noted airports are fertile territory for arrest. However, both the White House and the local airport officials, like the mayor of Atlanta, have explicitly stated that these agents were spent there specifically to assist with security lines and crowd control, not to conduct active immigration sweeps. However, whilst the immigration advocate warned that the airport had become riskier for those with vulnerable immigration statuses, there have been no report of mass roundups of random documentation checks of everyday travelers by these agents. However, when they suspect you, they are going to call you out.
It is Tuesday, March 24th, and we're back at Philadelphia International, and we now know that Philadelphia International is one of the airports where ICE agents have deployed to. You can kind of see them walking around here. They've been standing there. There was a line here when I first got here maybe 10 minutes ago, and that line has essentially disappeared. We're not seeing any lines compared to what we saw yesterday.
And that is one of the reasons why this advice is coming, because thousands of Ghanaians live, work, and travel across the US. And for many, the airport is no longer just a travel space. In fact, it is becoming a place of uncertainty. And this warning is spreading fast across Ghanaian communities online. And now the debate is exploding online. Government is saying it's just to support, but on the other side, lawyers are saying be careful, and travelers are saying that they are just standing around. And immigrants are also asking why now. So the real question is, if ICE is not enforcing immigration, why are people being told to carry documents? And for Ghanaians living in the US, is this a precaution or just a warning sign? What do you think? And what actually is happening? If you are on the grounds, can you share with us what is happening in the US airport? If you've been there recently, leave your comment in the comment section. It's a wrap for today.